and this is another video in my series on JavaScript and Node.js for beginners. In this video we're going to take a look at the identity test operator. Then in the next video we'll talk a little bit about the history of JavaScript, and following that we're going to get into actually using these for some basic nuts and bolts programming, that is using the kind of equality test operators that we've been looking at. So as always, I'm going to start with writing use strict. Doesn't matter if I use single or double quotes, and that forces me to declare variables. And let's have a variable called days, which I'll set equal to 7, and we'll write console.log and 7 equals 7. Let's write days equals 7. So of course this will give us true. Actually, I'm going to use the terminal here that's built into Visual Studio Code, because that's probably easier than switching to another external bash terminal all the time. If I go to the view menu here and terminal, I can open a terminal. Okay, so if I write node and the name of my file, this gives me true. Now there's also a equals operator. Let's first actually put this in double quotes, just so that I can keep track of what I'm doing here with a sort of a comment. So there's also a version of this operator that has 3 equal signs, and we can call that the identity test operator. And in this case, it does the same thing. It gives us true in this particular case. Now the difference is that equals will do all kinds of type conversions to try to ensure that you get what it thinks you want, whereas equals is a stricter kind of operator. It tests not only equality but also type. You can think of it as an identity test operator. It won't do any conversions. So you see the difference if you put the 7, let's say, in quotes. So if I put a number in quotes, it becomes text. Now equals will actually convert this text to the number that it seems to represent. It helpfully does this conversion for me, and it will give true here. Let's try it. So you can see true. The identity test operator with 3 equal signs gives me false, because it doesn't do any conversion. So it says, is days, which is a number, equal to 7? Is that equivalent or identical to the text 7? And the answer is no, because okay, they might both represent the number 7 in one way or another, but the fact is this is text and this is referring to a number, so they're different things. So this is the equality test operator, and this is the identity test operator. And the identity test operator, it will not helpfully convert one thing to another to try to get at your meaning, or to put it another way, it will test both whether two values are equal and also whether they have the same type. And if they don't have the same type, it's going to tell you false. So it's a stricter operator. There's also a not version of this. So if I were to write not here and also so not equal here, and here we've got not identical, and let's just change these comments here. What are these going to give me? What about this one? Will this return true or false? Well, is days, which is the number 7, is it not equal to the text 7? That's the question. And in this case, I would say, well, that's false. They are equal. Okay, one's text and one's a number, but this single equals version of the equality test won't worry about that. It will convert them. It will convert one thing to another. So it's as if we're doing 7 not equal to 7, and that's false, because 7 is equal to 7. Whereas this will give us true. 7 not identical to the text 7, that's true, they aren't identical. Let's just prove that that is the case, and I'm not lying to you. So the first one is false. 7 is not equal to the text 7. It's false because they are equal. and the second one is true. So of course these two are just flipping what these two are doing. So here we get true and false, and here we get false and true. All right, so if you're happy with that, then do feel free to move on to the next video. If it's puzzling though, then please do try this out, especially if you are literally a complete beginner with this. Try it out for yourself and try to get your head around what's going on here. It's a really good idea. And in the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some relevant history here, which might help explain why we have two different operators for testing what seems like equality. Okay, so until next time, happy coding.